Welcome back to another episode of the Ray Vaughn Show. I'm your host, Ray Vaughn, with the guest co-host,
Sneaky
Sneaky
Q.
Q.
I'm back, y'all. Thank y'all for having me. Thank y'all for having me.
How you been, man?
I've been good. This week has been stress free, you
Good.
know, learning some new things about myself, tapping into some new environment.
What are we learning? What did you learn?
Okay, what did you learn? Okay, I learned it's okay to step out of your comfort zone,
Come on,
so
come on.
this is a little something that I wasn't used to, but I'm here.
Here, what?
I know you weren't about to say we're here, we're queer.
Let's move on.
Okay, thank you. How was your week? How's you doing?
um, it was good. It was good. Work is cool. They fucking with my hours a little bit, but I wouldn't say fucking with because I'm still getting 80 hours.
Okay, so you're
But
up and clocking in them hours
I used
extra at my
to get
job.
like 20, 25 hours of overtime, like standard.
Oh,
And,
must be nice.
fucking Trump
Must be
with these
nice.
goddamn tariffs and making all these businesses very unsure of what
Yeah,
direction they're going in.
yeah.
Especially, I'm in the logistics industry, and tariffs and logistics go hand in fucking hand.
Is it affecting anybody that you know personally?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. We gotta let go a few people from my job.
Hmm.
That's actually company.
Yeah.
Just the business is not doing well, it's not performing well, and these tariffs is not helping us at all either. Yeah, so people with families, I'm blessed to, not have no kids, not be
Okay.
married. So it's really just me and my partner, and not an overly big burden of
Yeah.
responsibility.
Yeah.
So what these other people, they got kids, they married, like yeah. So
They
it's
got a
very
lot
hard.
going on.
It's very hard. Um, but besides that, chilling. Um, got a record player yesterday. Got a vinyl
Yes.
record player.
I was with you guys when you got
Yes,
them.
yes. I set it up last night after we got home, and it is amazing, yo. I figured
What does
out
it sound like?
you got to come over after
Okay,
and listen
I
to it.
will.
You'll be amazed how good the quality is, and it's like I don't know. Maybe I don't think I done got turned on the vinyls now.
Okay,
Like that'd probably be another big
that's okay.
a place where
Excuse
big
me
bulk of
for
my money
yawning,
comes.
y'all. Hmm.
But yeah, I need to look at some vinyls because I wanted the locks. They didn't have the
The
locks.
what?
The locks.
The locks?
Yes, you never heard of the locks, the greatest rap group of all time.
I,
Jadakiss, Styles P, Chic Luch. I
I
know
know
you say you.
Jadakiss
I
name.
know you say you wasn't a big hip hop fan. Pop is more of your stilo, but
Mm-hmm.
never the locks.
The locks. I know who Jadakiss
Jesus.
is.
Okay, so at least, well, I feel like he's the most famous out of you know, the most commercially famous out of
Name something that I might know. What?
uh see it's I know you're not gonna know it, but You Told Me is one of my favorite records by them. Mighty Mighty D Block. Who that's not You Told Me, but Mighty D Block. Mighty Mighty D Block. Who we are, so we
Ain't that the
tell them.
football little
This is D Block. Mighty Mighty D Block. Um, Money, Power, Respect. Um,
So yeah, no.
I just
I
yeah,
don't know them.
yes, but they're
I'll have to look into them. I'll look into them
yes,
though. Just to say, you know
lyricism
what?
is
I learned something new.
yes, lyricism
I
is on
listened to
point.
something
The greatest rap group
the
ever.
greatest rap group ever.
Yes, bar none, bar none. And I feel like Jay-Z is the greatest rapper ever.
Okay.
But even the collab album with Jay and Kanye, Watch the Throne, don't have nothing on none of the Deluxe albums.
I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna get into the locks.
And I got to get my man
I don't know
Pavarotti.
who.
He's a opera singer. I think his
I
name
was just
is
about to ask you if you have planned on getting any classical
yes,
vinyl records to play.
yes. I have a
Because I feel like
very
you can't have a vinyl,
eclectic ear.
Okay.
I like to listen to a lot.
I love that.
Country, rap, not really pop, but everything else in the middle.
You always like to mention that you don't listen to pop, huh?
I just it don't move me.
I get it.
It don't move me.
I get it.
But,
It
you
moves
know.
me. I love pop. Okay, listen.
Got you. Okay, but
that's for me.
let's get into it.
Right.
Starting out supporting black businesses.
Mm-hmm.
Got to shout out my guy Ty and A Work in Progress podcast. We've been knowing each other since high school. I remember vividly us in, I think it was computer technology, Miss Beard class. Shout out to Miss Beard at Churchland High School. And we were just sitting in the back of the class with, it's crazy, with Michael Macy. Um, I keep saying his name wrong. Massey. His name is Massey. I don't know why I keep wanting to say
Cal
Macy.
Massey from Nessa Raven.
Yes, but he's a lawyer now, and if I ever need a lawyer, it's going to be him. Okay. Shout out to him. I'm gonna shout him out next week when I get all of his socials together. But he's a lawyer in the city, so in the 757.
We love that.
And he's been posting a lot. In the last maybe week, he's got maybe 4 or 5 cases dismissed. Charges dropped. You know,
come on now.
How you say it? Clock that T or something like. So shout out to him. But I can just remember us being in the back of the class and just talking about what we wanted to do, where we wanted to be in 5 to 10 years and 20 years, and how we want our legacy to be remembered. And I'm just so grateful that I can call somebody like that a friend. He's very
absolutely, friends are important.
Yes,
especially
yes.
Those childhood friends.
Yes.
It's always good. Yeah.
He's a very cool guy. Shout out to Ty. Shout out to A Work in Progress podcast. Check them out anywhere you listen to podcasts. Check A Work in Progress podcast. Their social media links are A Work in Progress 757. A Work in Progress 757. Now, the second business today is Freshtopia. The vinyl record shop.
Yes,
they're black owned. Yes,
they were really dope too, y'all.
Very.
I don't even. I have one vinyl, and it's Ariana Grande.
I just knew it was Ari. I just knew it was Ari. You took the words right out of my mouth.
That vinyl means everything to me, y'all. But I noticed that they had a lot of different vinyls from all different decades. You know, black artists. It was beautiful. You know. Yeah. And a lot of these vinyls I hadn't seen before. And it was just super nice to see them being showcased like that. The people that were coming in, they were, you know, they had the vibe going. The music was, they had a live DJ. You know, it was really dope. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed being in there.
Sure. And I'm going to be honest. Go with a set amount of money you plan to spend. Because I just started to pick up shit. Okay. And I really wanted it. And
you were talking about it too,
right?
We were at brunch, yeah.
So it was, and I was like, I mean, you only live once, man. Right. I work every day, maybe 10, 12 hours a day sometimes. So it's like, you only work once. I mean, you only live once. But shout out to Freshtopia. It was a dope record shop. They had a live DJ there. I believe he was on TikTok doing mixes. So that atmosphere was vibe. It was very lively. People was in and out.
Taking pictures.
Yes.
You know, doing their thing. It was really nice.
And a different crowd, in my opinion. It was younger, older, men, women, just music fans, period. Music fans, period. So shout out to Freshtopia, located inside MacArthur Mall in Norfolk, Virginia. That's Freshtopia, located inside MacArthur Mall in Norfolk, Virginia. Shout out to them. The only new music I got, I'm still bumping Ade Banks, Cocky. That's still in my rotation.
That
is dope.
Y'all better
stream that. Stream
him.
Wherever you listen to music, whatever DSP you listen to music on, make sure you stream Ade Banks, Cocky.
Yes. You're gonna love it. It's a
Yes.
vibe, y'all. The
Yes.
boy, he knows how to put pen to paper. Okay, you want to
Come
talk
on.
about somebody who knows their craft and what they're
Come on.
doing?
The
I'm telling
pen.
you, he a part of the community, y'all. But I'm telling you, his
Queens.
music is
Queens.
okay.
Queens.
Just know, cocky, stream it, play it.
And make sure you stream it on Tidal.
Yeah,
Everybody should have Tidal,
yeah.
honestly.
I don't have title.
So how do you hold on? This is unplanned,
Don't ask
y'all.
me, please. Don't
This
ask me.
how do you listen to music?
Hey, y'all can call me what y'all want. I don't care. Is this app? Is this app?
Now this is 2025, Keith. Well, I'll let you continue. Okay.
I'm, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not.
No, please continue.
No.
The people wants to know how do
No.
you consume music. Maybe you putting somebody else
I
on.
use an app called Musi,
Okay.
and you type in whatever song you're looking for, you can download it. It's just like
Oh, so you basically patterning the song.
I'm not.
Patterning, and I'm
I'm
from
not
the
pirating.
South. Yes, I was about to say
anything.
I'm from the South, y'all. So I'm not saying powdering. I'm saying pirating.
I'm not because it looked just like YouTube, except it's orange and black.
Officer, I'm not selling fake Louis Vuitton. They look just the same. They look just the same. What are we talking about?
Listen, you got to get it how you get it, okay? I feel like it works for me.
Okay, so oh, you need to get Tidal.
Okay.
And the reason why I say Tidal is because Tidal pays the highest payout of any DSP anywhere.
Okay.
So
And
they
this helps
pay
the artist.
yes, they pay the artist more money than Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, AudioMac, any other DSP. Tidal pays the highest payout. So if you really love music and you really want to support your artist, it would be best on Tidal because your artist gets more money through Tidal.
Okay.
And that's honestly, and it was a 2-for-1 for me. First, Jay-Z owned it and founded it. You know, black man, shout out to him, the greatest rapper of all time. And even after he left, I still stayed on because of it was just so beautiful how it's curated. And I can show you videos, podcasts, the curation of Tidal is such different than because I had Apple Music, I had Spotify. So I'm not speaking from a place of inexperience, but Tidal is I just get a better experience from
You
them.
know, you have a lot of knowledge about just music things and just things. The more I'm around you, the more I'm like tapping into who Ray is. And I love that. I love that.
I went to school for that. I went
Yeah.
to school for music business and
I
entertainment
love
law.
that.
So
Period.
and
Surprised you're not out here being somebody producer.
And that's what a lot of people when I say I went to school for that, that's always their first thing.
Is that not what you were leaning into?
No.
Okay, what were you leaning into?
The business side of it.
Okay.
So it's
I
like
can see that though.
manager, executive, stuff
absolutely.
like TDE.
Yeah.
Like the business side of it. But yeah.
I can see that.
Going into talking about music, we have to talk about one of the greatest, and like you just said, producers.
Okay.
We talk about one of the greatest producers of all time, and a crazy human being. Well, yeah, crazy, misunderstood, whatever you want to call him. Mentally unstable, yes. Mentally disturbed, yes.
I mean,
if we could think of some more, racist, yes. Misogynist, yes.
Unhinged.
We're talking about Kanye West, people. I don't know if you got that. Yeah.
Talking about Kanye West. I mean, come on.
And his latest...
The rants.
His latest...
His
Twitter rants, yes.
Twitter rants.
It's just ridiculous. It's... First, my whole thing with it is, I don't care... Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. So, I don't know if you into politics that heavy.
I'm not, but to an extent.
It was a black kid that had like 8 surgeries. He was a cancer survivor.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to be a Secret Service police officer when he growed up, and Donald Trump made him a Secret Service agent or police officer. And he was at the State of the Union that Donald Trump did like a month or two ago, and he said stuff about black people, and he said stuff about people that he said if people speak against Trump, I'm gonna be on your bumper and da 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 da. Now I wanted to say some very choice words to that young man, but I didn't, because at the end of the day, he's still kind of a child, and I'm an adult, so I I couldn't cut his head off how I wanted to, and that leads into Kanye. Why, even if those people have mentally disabled kids, why in your wild ass, rabbit ass mind do you think it's acceptable to go
I'm trying
on
to fix my face.
one of the world's largest platforms and say that? Because if they wanted people to know, and they're not hiding whatever, but they value privacy. And if they wanted people to know, they would tell people. And we don't even know if that's true or not, but it's
Right.
just so disgusting that you would stoop so
You're a
low.
father, bro.
Yes.
But you know what? I can't even say that, because what does that matter? What does it matter?
Yeah, I guess.
What does it matter?
Man.
Him being a father means absolutely nothing.
To a normal person, it would mean I wouldn't want to cross the line, because I wouldn't want somebody to cross the line with my kids. To a normal person, that normal person would have that type of thought process.
Yeah, but we know
Kanye
he's not that.
No, showing up with a black KKK outfit with DJ Academics. it's crazy. It's crazy. Saying that fucking Taylor Swift had a 2-man with Justin Bieber and Harry Styles. That's even crazier.
And then to say he was upset because they didn't invite him.
Just a hater ass nigga, yo.
I was just telling Ray earlier that he also said something similar to, if I had 10 more minutes left with Beyonce in that studio back then. 10 more minutes to do what, Mr. West?
Nothing. Get the police called on your ass.
Okay.
Like,
to have Julius upside your head.
Real shit. And if it won't Julius, it was the big black nigga. I forgot his name.
Yeah, I forgot. Right.
The
and
first,
if it won't Julius, it was the other dude.
Yeah. Come on.
But once again,
I just wish him
police.
Peace. He just need peace.
Police.
Peace.
Police.
Peace. He needs
peace. Peace. Just what? No, sorry. Get him out of here. He the one that needs to have all his rights written over, and he need to have a conservative shit. Like yeah.
But you know,
when do y'all put his ass
when
in?
he was
what?
He was doing a DJ Academics interview. He skirted because he had to go to Japan, because I guess somebody was trying to do that with him, and he left the country so they couldn't. But to that point, did you see that article about Wendy Williams? Just, bring it up.
Yeah, I did.
What do you think about that? That 2-3 sentences can allegedly change your life.
So, y'all, I'm going to read this letter that allegedly put Wendy Williams under guardianship. Excuse me. Right. Okay. Mrs. Williams has been my patient for over a year now. Over the last 6 months, she has been unable to make reasoned decisions, and her insight and judgment are severely impaired. Sincerely, whoever the fuck her person was. Let me tell you something. Y'all are evil. Y'all are nasty. And that's all I have for you.
Yes.
I love Wendy. Forever Wendy Williams. Y'all are disgusting. Super disgusting.
And maybe this could be kind of God's wrath.
Four. Now,
if we both being honest,
yeah,
we know Wendy Williams has cross. She's an habitual line stepper.
She was an entertaining.
She was an habitual line
gossip
stepper.
journalist. What do you mean?
And probably the most and this is what I don't like. People don't like Charlemagne the God and don't like how he came at Lil Mama or all of his antics. Be the same people that love and support Wendy Williams, and he's fruit of Wendy Williams' tree. He grew up professionally under Wendy Williams. Mm-hmm. So,
but what I'm trying to figure out is what you mean.
What do you mean? She's
calmer for what?
She portrayed,
what is she doing that
she portrayed
Ricky Lake didn't do.
Ricky Lake did not
do.
Whoa.
Jerry Springer.
Hold on, whoa. Because you're bringing
Sally.
You're bringing
Montel.
You bringing semi-scripted reality shows into a daily talk show when that woman was spitting so much vitriol and nastiness to people.
What she did was give her honest opinion,
and it was nasty.
She also took from articles and things that her team put together for her.
It was nasty.
She just made it more of what she thought. Granted, I feel like people are just really harsh when it comes to Wendy. I'm sorry, I just really
because she was harsh on everybody. That was her main. That was her MO.
I preferred her to act like, and don't get me wrong, I love Sherry, but okay, let's be honest.
Sherry, Oprah.
No thanks.
Drew Barrymore.
No thanks. We've had enough.
Jennifer Hudson.
Love Drew Barrymore, but I don't want the whole interview.
Yeah, she is weird.
I don't want
earthy.
The whole interview.
Yeah.
Oprah,
Jennifer
love
Hudson,
you down, girlfriend.
Jennifer Hudson.
I don't want somebody screaming in my ear the whole interview like I'm doing with you.
I
don't want somebody screaming in my ear the whole time. Love you, J Hud. What? No. Wendy Williams brought to television what nobody else could, and in her,
own special way, I guess.
People have missed her, and it's in this time right now. We could use that purple chair in our good sis in it. There's so many things. All the things.
Why? So she can sit up there. Girl, you seen what Kanye said about Jay-Z and Beyonce kids? I always thought of that, but why? So she can perpetuate the dumb shit that's going on, and she'll be up there sipping that little big ass fucking white ass mug with them big ass Chuck ass mug. Them Chuck.
Because you ain't meant to say it.
I'm not meant to say it.
If you have something nice to say, don't say that. That was him. That was him putting a stop to your shit. He said enough is enough.
And you see how he put a stop to Wendy. I need to sit you down. I'm not gonna kill you, and you got to be happy. God killed all of Job's kids, burned all of his land, took all of his money from him, just to basically prove a point to the devil. Mm-hmm. But God could have, killed her and did some other stuff, but he was like, I'm just gonna sit you down because it's been years of you being this vitriolic, this hate-filled, crazy speech. And none of it is based on facts. It's based on rumors.
Some stuff is true. A lot of stuff is true. A lot. But you know what? It's not about you, Wendy, baby. You know how I feel about you, mama. How you doing?
It is crazy because my favorite video of hers is when she passed out, yo. And I'm sorry to say that like that, but she looked so crazy. I thought, would people be like, this is a conspiracy theory? Like, this is a crisis actor?
I hope y'all know what video he's talking about.
Well, she had
video.
that Statue of Liberty shit
cute
on,
video.
and she was like,
play the video.
Cute. She was like,
can't take it. She was dead on her. She did then she
okay, I'm sorry.
Don't put me in that.
I have a dark humor, but we gonna move on. God bless her.
Right. Because she's doing amazing. She was just out with Suzanne the other day and her husband. They had a great time, okay? Period. Move on.
I guess. So I came across this shit and I had to talk about it. I think you came across it.
Mm-hmm. What,
little freaky frog in the motherfucking park.
No, you came across it.
Okay. Bet. Felix Williams Little grabs off-duty police officer nuts at Rotary Park in Clarksville, Tennessee. The story goes, people, 27-year-old Felix Williams Little was caught sexually assaulting an off-duty police officer at the Rotary Park complex on August the 29th. The officer reported that an unknown man had walked up behind him and asked him if he was looking.
That's not funny.
An unknown identified man walked up behind him and asked if he was looking. Now,
Lord.
to the heterosexual community,
I sure know how
to the
make
men
that
and
so
women
bad.
that's in that heterosexual community, they're saying, what does that mean? Why would you even walk up to somebody in the park and say, are you looking? Because in the homosexual community, that is
It's called cruising.
a gathering spot.
It's called cruising, folks.
Yes, cruising is, and to our lily white viewers, a gathering spot, a meeting place, a place where a safe sanctuary.
Okay.
The officer told the man that he was walking the trails and that he was going to continue his walk. Now that's a little weird. That's just like saying, a police officer, did you pay for the pussy? No, I declined when she said she was a prostitute, but I left the money on the counter. But that's neither here nor there. As the officer turned around, the man was so freakishly horny that he reached around him and grabbed his genitals. And when
You just assaulted someone, sir.
and then
Someone who told you that they were an officer.
that is when the officer announced to the man that he was an officer.
Now it's
The
time.
man was later identified as Little and taken into custody for sexual battery.
Y'all.
So, how freaky frog of a person do you have to be
Freaky frog.
to be almost
Nasty.
potentially unalived? Because
You
to
want a
some
handful
men,
of nuts.
if you would have grabbed them in that way sexually, they would have beat you until they got tired. And that could have been to death. That could have been to you was in a coma. So you went up on the right man that didn't fucking beat you to death in that part for grabbing his balls and dick. You're playing crazy games out here because you want to get your rocks off.
Cruising. First of all, that shit needs to stop. I may joke about. I may jokingly talk about it, but y'all.
But how else would these men find each other?
Will come across the wrong person that's actually randomly running or walking or working out in the park.
That ain't with that
and
shit.
Try that
And get unalived.
People pack even when they exercise, even when they go for a little jog.
That's what I'm saying. And get unalived.
Packing.
Yeah.
Why? And then it's just like I said to you I'm good. Like, no, I'm gonna keep doing me. Like, you don't have to even talk to me. Like, did he run up to him? Did the guy keep running and he ran up to him and did it? Or like, was he still standing there and he did it?
Well, the guy turned away to keep walking.
And that's when dude grabbed him.
Reached around and grabbed him.
Like,
so when the officer turned his back, the guy was like, I'm gonna touch that dick, and then touched it. Like, just said in his mind, I'm gonna get that dick. Like what in your crazy mind do you think that that's okay to put your hands on someone sexually unwarranted?
Elbow right to the chin.
Yes.
And I carry bear mace. You're getting made.
And this is the thing. I carry everywhere. I got my shit on me right now.
Okay.
If I did exercise, which I don't.
Yeah.
But if I did exercise, you say yeah. Like, well, hold on. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Like if you did exercise.
Yeah. And you was like, yeah. Like I don't exercise. You didn't know I did exercise.
I'm just saying, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because you said like nigga don't exercise. Yeah. That's how I'm sorry. But if I did exercise, I would have my shit on me when I exercise.
Okay.
That's just me.
Is it okay to say yeah?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. But yeah, that's crazy. Um, then I came across something about, and it's just mentally disturbed people. All this whole my whole topics
Oh
is just
yeah.
talks about mentally, and I don't know why, but those are my stories this
This was the
week.
week of mental health.
Yes, mental health week,
Mental health needed to be worked on this week.
because this girl, and she's look like she's African. I don't even want her to claim. I can't claim her as Black American. I'm not. She's a different. She's either Caribbean or African, but she's not Black American. And she said she was in the videos is making rounds on TikTok and Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
She said that her job had her so stressed out that she didn't realize at one point in time she haven't taken a shower in 3 weeks. Now let me tell you something. For a man to not take a shower in 3 weeks is the foulest thing, because that man is gonna smell himself and like, oh, I gotta get in the fucking shower. And men don't have pussies that naturally smell tangy. I'm not saying that's a nasty smell, but women's vagina has a tang to it
You know,
and an odor. And it could be a good odor, but it's still an odor that, especially if you didn't wash that cootie cat for 3 weeks.
3 weeks is a really long time. I don't know the female anatomy, through and through, but I do
Yeah,
know from family talking to
yeah,
me and cousins and aunts and grandmas and mothers
yeah.
and things, y'all have a lot of crevices and holes and things that have to be,
Cleaned and cleaned properly.
cleaned and cleaned properly. So, as a woman, to say it's been 3 weeks, because of stress at work, girl, ain't it,
It's not like I
don't
was
it I
rushing.
just feel like it get to a point where the bodily odor is like it's probably
Unbearable. You cannot
fuming.
you cannot tell me
It's fuming up
that
the
you didn't smell that.
house. It's taking a toll on me.
Like that video, I think you sent it to me, or I seen it somehow. The girl that had the BBL and her ass was stinky
Oh
because
yeah,
it
the
was
girl that got
leaking.
her BBL removed or
Removed.
something
Yeah.
because she was saying her sit down air stunk.
Yes. And
Um,
she lost her boyfriend because of that.
yeah, I actually looked into that a little bit more too. They were talking about all this stuff, but apparently it is a thing, but it's other stuff too contributing to that. So
Probably your diet. Probably if you clean.
the
Yeah.
incision
Do you clean
areas,
it frequently? But why?
the faja.
Ugh. Ugh. Now, and then she was like, she thought her boyfriend was lying because she went into a few BBL group chats on Facebook, and they was talking about how they got it, how other women got BBLs and their boyfriends was
Hmm.
jealous and upset and didn't want to do it, and da 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 da, didn't want them to do it, and so look out for that. So she thought her boyfriend was lying. This is my thing. Why would I lie about something like that? Mother, if I didn't want you to get it, okay, that's one thing. But you already have it at this point.
Yeah,
Why would I lie about it?
there's no reason. There's
And,
no reason on my end.
no. And then my whole thing about BBLs is why overdo it? If you're gonna overdo it, at least get fat, so your thighs can be fat, and then you can just transfer the fat in your stomach to your ass. I mean, is
But
that
yeah,
so wrong?
it's a lot of it. You get the girls who get it, and they get the hips, and they get like extra. I don't know what it's called, but y'all get extra hips. Y'all get an extra order of hips.
Mm.
You know, and then it's just like you're not a girl who consistently works out or just whatever the case is. So you know that if you get this overly huge butt, they're not going to match your thighs, and it's a lot. Do what makes you feel comfortable. I am so pro cosmetic surgery. I am pro do whatever to your body, that you feel like you need to do for you to feel what you need to feel.
Yeah,
But
I guess. Yeah.
also be honest and real with yourself. Like you got to look at it every day, so you got to deal with whatever it is. But girl,
Some of y'all don't need that
sometimes
shit.
like y'all don't be needing that stuff. Some of y'all really don't.
Especially
I don't
my
know.
thing would be
If I had money like that, I probably would get a little work done too. But
that's different.
not, you know.
Nip and tuck here and there, whatever, I guess. But some people, their whole face be looking different.
Yeah.
Like Lil Kim was a beautiful girl back in the '90s and early
Hmm.
2000s, and when she went through that transformation, she doesn't look the same to me, and
Yeah.
it's not attractive to me. Like her natural look is beautiful to me, and that's what I be about. Some girls is like, you're naturally beautiful.
Hmm.
It's just you don't see it within yourself. That's why you got the surgery.
Yeah.
And sometimes you come out and you roll the dice, and you in your mind you look better, and you like, oh, okay, bet. And then other times you look worse than
But you know what?
when you came in there.
Is even with our opinions, as long as you come out feeling like the goal has been met, hey, the goal has been met. Claps it up, claps to you. But just, I just hate that that is the go-to look for
Yeah,
all of these, young women now.
I
I
get
really do
what
wish
you
that
saying on
it
that.
wasn't such a trend.
But if they look like Mark Henry, I'm gonna tell them they look like Mark Henry.
Yeah, for sure,
For sure.
for sure.
So my last topic is um, a Florida teacher was fired from her school after 11 years. She worked at that school for 11 years, and she was fired for using a student's preferred name without the parents' permission. The parents reportedly complained about the teacher after they found out that she did not use the teenager's legal name, which resulted in her firing. So the teacher trying to, uh, I guess, respect this young person's
That's
wishes
exactly what it was.
and call them by the
Their preferred
name,
name.
their preferred name. You're fired because the parents
Yeah,
like. I can understand maybe saying, "Hey, you got to call them by what's on their birth certificate or what's
yeah,
on school records or whatever." But to go there straight up to fire the lady,
yeah,
that was a little extreme for me.
yeah.
But that's the society we living in when
It is.
radicals and religious fanatics that really don't care about God, they just hide behind him to do whatever they see fit to the people they want to do it to.
Yeah.
This is what happens when they get in control and unchecked.
It's just super unfortunate, man, because I'm quite sure that woman loved, those kids. I'm quite sure she loved her job. And
Mm-hmm.
she loved her kids because she respected
Them
them
enough.
wanting to be
Yes.
called something else. I was a high school teacher for 2 years and only 2 years.
How was that?
And
Oh, sorry.
it was
We're
no,
gonna
it
we're gonna
was
talk
a it
about
was a
that
great
after.
experience.
Okay.
Other than some other things, but
Oh, do you want to get into that? Oh no.
mm, mm,
Oh,
mm,
okay.
mm,
Okay.
mm.
Off
No, I
pod.
still work
Off
for
pod. Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah.
But when I was a
Nothing wrong.
teacher, okay, when I was a teacher, um, I had quite a few students who um, went by, a different name or went by a different gender.
You had a Kelly, but want to be called Bob.
Sometimes,
Gotcha. Okay.
I had children who I remember one instance they had on three bands on their arm. It was a blue, a pink, and a yellow band. They told me when I have a blue band on, I want to be called he, him that day. Pink band, she, her. Yellow band, they, them. Now, it's my first year. So I was like, okay, what name do you prefer? They told me. So me personally, I stuck with calling them by that preferred name just because I didn't want to have to
Let,
keep up with the wristband thing.
let me
But
ask you a
that
question.
sucks because you want to be on their side and help them but
And this could get very divisive. So I just want to let our viewers know that any discord that we have up here is rooted in love and trying to get to some type of understanding. That's what this whole podcast is about. Now, with that being said, I think that's weird.
it's
Q,
weird.
the red, the blue. I mean the green. I mean the the blue, the pink,
the
and the
wristband
yellow,
thing.
because something. I'm trying to be politically correct and not be nasty for just no reason, but I think something is severely not clicking up there mentally when one day you want to be identified as a man, and that very next day you want to be identified as a woman, and then that very next day you're identified as they them, which is not a man or a woman. I I that's weird to me.
So
I
can I be
can't
honest with you?
understand. Yes, I
Okay,
can't
so
understand that.
I try my best to be open to the different um, identities
Okay.
out here in the world. Do I know everything about all of them? Absolutely not.
No.
Am I going to take the time to learn about all of them? Absolutely
No.
not. Do I try to understand each and every one of them?
Yes. I mean,
Absolutely not. But what I can
yeah.
say is, if you keep it easy on me, I can probably get with it and figure it out as I go along. But that's why in that case, I said, well, what's your name?
Okay.
Because whatever your name is, that's what I'll call
That
you.
stays the same.
Because I'm not going to be able to look at your wrist, every day to figure out what
Yeah.
you prefer me to address you as when I can just simply address you as your name. It is a new, I'm still considering it all new, being in the community myself, but, it's just something to get used to. It's not a threat, but I do feel as though, unfortunately, just like the whole gay thing, and it's not going to be something that's just swept under the rug and that doesn't bother people. Some parents don't want their child to, circling back around to the actual topic, some
Hmm.
people don't want their child to go by a name other than what they were given at birth. Some parents don't condone that behavior, which is why I'm sure they reported and complained about it. Now, how they knew about it, maybe there was a parents' conference or something that led to this. I didn't get to read into the articles at all, but I just, for
Or,
that lady to get fired, come on, man.
or maybe
For what?
the kid could have been like, "Well, my teacher calls me this, so I want you to call me this," and they be like, "Well, your teacher shouldn't be fucking calling you that," and I'm gonna go up there the next day to have,
I get
kids.
that. I get that. You
People are
know,
crazy.
but that's the
People are
sad part
crazy.
about it is because now that child has lost someone, an adult
That
figure in
saw
their
her.
life who they
Saw her.
felt like saw them
Hmm.
for who they were and respected it without question. Even if they did have a question, they said, "You know what? I respect you as a person enough to say, if this is the name that you want me to call you, and this is the name that then I'll call you or whatever." I wouldn't have mind doing anything like that either. So, heart goes out to you, girlfriend. Hope you
Yeah.
get back into what you love, baby.
Yeah. That was sad.
It's sick.
Um, I mean, whatever your get down is, that's your get down.
Right.
Like whatever you like, as long as you're not hurting nobody else. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even care if you're hurting yourself, as long as that hurt doesn't spill over into nobody else. That's just my way of looking at things
Right.
sometimes.
It's okay.
Um, but I'm done with my topics.
Okay. So we moving on to the next segment, Sneaky Q segment.
Sneaky Q's topic.
All right, y'all. So,
Q's with clues.
what was it?
Q's
Q's
clues.
clues.
Q's clues.
Q's clues. All right, y'all. So the first thing that I got on my hot topics. Don't sue me, Wendy. Ray J claims Brandy hates him after she questions his sleepover request for Kai Cenat.
I hate
Y'all,
his ass too.
this story to me is so hilarious.
He's weird
Because I listened to the video that Kai posted of Ray J on the phone to him, like, yeah, y'all be having a sleepover with the boys, and y'all be taking the showers together and be sleeping together and stuff like that. Like, I want to take a shower too. Like, I want to sleep together too. And Kai was like trying to break it down to him, like, bro, like we have barriers when we take showers. They have bunk beds, but like you had said it the other day. I think I get what Ray J was trying to say, but it was the way he said it
Yes.
that I felt like disturbed everyone. And of course, because Kai posted the video, Brandy commented, or text him. She texts Ray J. She said, "Come on, Ray, what is going on with you? You're so much better than this."
For somebody to start it off like that, they're so that's such sound like such a disappointed mother.
And
Now,
and she
what the fuck
probably
you
was
doing?
disappointed in
Yeah,
him a little bit too, because unfortunately, you may have meant it, however, but the way
you
it came
old
across to
enough to
viewers, it was just
convey.
like, you too old for that,
Yes,
Ray.
yes.
Like, I'm quite sure these guys haven't hit up Casa not like, yo, let me get on your thing. I'm quite sure he hit them up. But then again, I don't know. But
I think
I just,
him and Speed did like a joint scream together,
mhm.
and they spent a few days with each other, which entailed
Well, yeah,
them
I've
sleeping in the
seen
same bed.
Casanat
Yeah.
and Speed's streams. I haven't seen, I've seen like the clips and stuff.
Mm.
Now, do I think that little boy Speed be on?
Homosexual behavior.
Okay, now I don't know, but
You gotta what
that cookie ain't baked all the way.
you
Okay,
you gotta keep your good eye on him.
I would too. The way Kai be looking at him like, bro, I would have to look at him like that too, because the boy be doing some very questionable, odd things. Anyway, but yeah, he goes on Instagram and he's giving like this rant, y'all. Listen, I can't even read the whole rant, but he's talking about how his sister hates him and nobody supports him, how he doesn't have his kids or his wife anymore. Go get them.
He's doing this for clout.
I fully agree.
I think
But
he
this
spoke
is
on
it's too much.
that reason for clout.
It's too much.
He know how people was gonna take
I
that.
fully get where his sister's coming from. Like, bro, no,
He trying to make money.
this
He
not the
trying
move
to.
for you.
He trying to. Now, that streaming world is a different world because nobody, in my opinion, is doing it like Speed, yo.
No, he
Speed,
travels.
yes, he
Oh yeah, he
goes
he's
over
on
the
that.
world, and I feel like he's probably the only streamer from that type of setup of the Casanat, the Aiden Rosses, the XQCs, those type of people. He the only one that actually travels like that.
Yeah, he be
Like he
getting
just
it.
left from China,
Yeah,
and
I
the
saw
shit
the
that he was showing in China was lit.
I saw the pictures. That ball cap he had on sent
Yes,
me.
yes.
It sent me for a left. But yeah, as far as the Ray J situation, Ray J, you need to grow up. Cut that shit out, man. Listen,
And
no.
nobody gonna watch your stream, nigga, because you don't have a riz, you don't have personality.
What you finna do? Go up there and do that little body roll that you be doing? Listen, I don't
No,
have time. I'm
no.
good off of that. I just want to quickly send some love to Jasmine Sullivan. I saw that
What's going on with her?
While people were wishing her happy birthday,
Mhm.
she made a post basically thanking her fans and just letting them know, basically, what she said. Jasmine Sullivan revealed she was pregnant but lost her baby boy while thanking people for the birthday wishes. She says, "I realized I would have been holding my 2-month-old son that I never got to meet." I actually read that this morning. I didn't know about that. Well, why would I?
Sorry about that.
But yeah, I just wanted to quickly just send some love to Jasmine Sullivan's way.
Yes.
I'm sure a miscarriage can be really hard, and that's just awful. Also, a really quick shout out to my god sister Stacia. She just gave birth to a beautiful baby girl, Chloe Rose Jones.
Sorry. Can I say one thing? Why don't people say, why did God kill that baby?
Why do people say that?
Why don't people say that?
Or why don't? I feel like,
because when they say everything happens for a reason,
some people probably do.
It's like,
but also I don't know. I just feel like people have to take into account what they're doing in their everyday lives for something like that to happen. And maybe you were being as careful as you could be, and it did happen. But
how this is how I look at it, and I don't mean anything about this. I just want to preface that to women. I love women. Your choice is your choice, but you're gonna see when I finish the statement.
okay.
I look at that because it's like Jasmine Sullivan. She doesn't have that type of reputation of her being out here being fucked up, being she doesn't have a reputation of being a bad person.
She has a good image.
Yes, a good image. And maybe could make a good mother. But God decided to not let her have a baby. But it is this woman walking around here, walking around society that's from Baltimore, Maryland, that her whole pregnancy she was drinking and smoking, and that baby has came out, and it seems like he has mental deficiencies, and her name is Krishan Rock.
What? As
So
soon as you said
god
Baltimore child, I knew.
god blessed Krishan Rock with a baby, and you see that maybe it wasn't appreciated because she was still smoking and drinking throughout the pregnancy. That is a clear sign of I don't have enough self discipline, and I don't love myself or my baby enough to at least give this person a fighting chance.
Hmm. Maybe that's one of her lessons.
But why did the baby have to learn it? Because the baby learning it, the baby gonna be the one that is not like normal kids.
Well, yes, but Krishan also, because she's gonna have to be the one to take care of this child, and
Yeah,
and
I guess.
God forbid the baby grows up with a lot of issues, God forbid. But in the case that the child does grow up and can't um, fend for itself or actually take care of itself, then Krishan will be in a situation to where you'll be taking care of an adult, for
Yeah,
the rest of their life or your
yeah,
life or just whatever. So, I don't know. Maybe there's a lesson in there somewhere. Um, it is unfortunate and it is sad when people have to go through those miscarriages, bro. Because especially when she was like, uh, she would have been holding her 2-month-old baby on her birthday, and I'm just like, girl, that is so sad. That's
yes,
awful. But I just wanted to send my love
yes,
to
yes.
you
Love sent out to Jasmine
because,
Sullivan. Hopefully, the next go around is successful, and you'll make a great mother. Hopefully,
yes, I do think you'll make a great mother because all you got to do is sing to that baby girl. All right. I don't know if y'all have heard about this. Esther Dean, Carrie Hilson, from back in the day, the little diss that she did to Beyonce. So Esther Dean admits to writing diss track verse for Carrie Hilson, and Hilson does
you're
interviews
turning
saying
me
those weren't
on.
her
You're
words.
turning me
Esther Dean
on.
later apologized via Instagram post, which she later deleted because I saw it, and I even sent it to you, Ray. Mind you, I went back and it was gone. So I added, which she later deleted after fans and others accused her of wanting to be such a bully badass. Now the problem is that she then uploads another detailed apology going against what she originally stated. Now my thing with the situation is this: when the interview was posted, Esther Dean made it her mission to run to those comments and say, "Yep, I did it. I did. I sure did. Wrote every bit of it, basically."
Yeah, she was popping her
To
shit.
them, she popped her shit.
Mm-hmm.
The fans got on her ass under that post,
And she was like
and
the
then
homeless
they got on
censor.
her ass under her post on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Within an hour of her making that comment, she posted an apology. So, and mind you, she's replying back to the people's comments like, "Oh yeah, I was wrong. Yeah, I never said I was right. Yeah, I need to take accountability. Wrong is wrong. Right is right." Girl, shut up. First of all, Little Miss Pitch Perfect,
Pitch Perfect.
because she was in Pitch Perfect.
No, I didn't know that.
She was the black girl in Pitch Perfect.
Never seen it, but yeah, I
Oh
didn't
well,
know
yeah, Little Miss Pitch Perfect.
that. Okay.
Um,
Oh damn.
you thought, how was you cool? You thought that was cute. You thought it was cute until they got on your ass, and then you didn't think it was cute no more. Then you make this huge apology talking about, oh, whatever, whatever. Now you're saying that you didn't write Carrie Hilson's verse and that Carrie Hilson wrote her verse. She's saying, oh, Carrie Hilson was already established as an artist back then. I was just getting my feet wet. I was just doing what I was told. Carrie Hilson actually wrote her verse. But that's not what you said originally. So now I'm confused because why?
It can't be blue and it can't be orange. It can only be one thing. Because you said, yeah, I did it and was popping big
I'm
shit
confused.
before the backlash,
You
and
said you did
now,
it. Now you
yeah,
didn't.
because she didn't think that the
You,
people was gonna turn the knife
you
on her.
said you didn't, but now you didn't. She
But
says, I
what was
wasn't in the room with Carrie writing this together. I didn't know her personally. She was already a star. I was just a writer trying to earn my place. I did my job and I left. She clarified. Carrie came in another time, Carrie came in another time and wrote her own verse, her pen, her voice.
hmm.
Okay, girl.
Yeah, that's
Okay, girl.
I,
All I know is you and Carrie Hilson both did something that was very silly. And the crazy part about it is, in the verse, she mentioned something about greedy to go ahead and have some babies or something.
yes, and sit
Beyonce
down.
was suffering from a miscarriage, actually. She was grieving a miscarriage during that time. So imagine telling a woman who's grieving a miscarriage that she needs to have babies. Because this was before Blue Ivy.
Even with Beyonce as being as so classy and so loving
I'm
and
gonna tell you
so
something.
spiritually aware of, like we all know Beyonce is, you still I put the rest of the checks I'm gonna earn this year.
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce would never piece it up with that with them two women,
Mm-hmm.
and it's because of the point you just said. Bitch, you gonna say I need to sit down and have some kids. And no, it's not everybody business that
Mm-hmm.
I'm going through an abortion.
Mm-hmm.
But
Not
I,
abortion, miscarriage.
I mean, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, a miscarriage. It's not everybody business that I'm going through a miscarriage right now. But that probably hurt her
Yeah.
deeply,
That
yo.
probably messed her up.
Because
Like,
bitch, I'm trying to have kids to sit my ass down and let y'all. You get what I'm saying? I wonder did Beyonce ever
and that's why
address?
she never sat her ass the fuck down.
No, no. And even when she
And that's
did
why
have
she kept her
kids,
foot on y'all necks.
yes, the love on top when
Her
she was
kids even
eight,
did
nine
it.
months pregnant
While you
with Blue
talking about
Ivy.
it,
Oh my God, that was
yeah.
iconic.
Her daughter even went to her daughter was even in concert. What you talking about?
Oh yeah, her daughter's a Grammy award winning artist.
Yeah,
Her daughter's worth a whole lot of money.
Lion King. Her
Her
daughter, Lion King.
her daughter worth more than
Yeah, stop
Esther
playing.
Dean and Carrie
I'm not
Hilson
even
put
one of them
together.
like Beehive people. Like I love Beyonce like the rest of them. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not
Hmm.
like a crazy Beehive person.
Of course.
But still, right is right, wrong is wrong, and I just feel like, and then on top of that, this is years later.
Yes.
Like
Who gives a
years
fuck
later,
now?
girl.
Honestly, who gives a
You
fuck
should have
now?
left that in the vault. You were a little too. You was a little too happy. I wish I could say something like Donkey today, like Charlamagne and them do, but you're lucky I can't,
This
because you would be the jackass of the
and
night. You jackass. I don't know. Yeah.
jacket.
Jackass of the damn night.
And I
She pissed
think
me
the reason
off.
why she's bringing it up now, and I'm gonna be honest, she posted a video. I've seen it on Twitter. It was like 8 minutes of her previewing unreleased music. It was pretty good, and I think that's why
Who?
Carrie Hilson.
Oh,
I think that's why she's doing it now, because it's like she want to put music out. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm this type of person.
I'm
I'm gonna
listening.
see me and God gonna battle it out for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I was Beyonce, I would have stopped her career that day. And you're gonna see if God has his hands on you like you say he does. Because he's gonna need to come off down the cross and get me up off your ass. Because you're never
Yeah.
gonna move in this business
Yeah.
again. And have Carrie Hilson
Yeah.
popped ever since after that? No,
Now I can't say I would have took it that route,
definitely.
but I do think that I don't know. I just know, and it made me think about when they were on that red carpet event, and the interviewer was trying to get Carrie Hilson to hold that magazine with Beyonce on the cover. And Carrie Hilson, she looked at the magazine cover, and she was like, "Oh no, I
Thank
can't do
you.
that."
Thank you.
I was just like,
You played into it.
"You played it like you played into it, Mama."
Say it's Beyonce's birthday. Happy birthday, Beyonce. Like, come on, man. Come on. You was not remorseful. And I can understand if Beyonce, when you put out that song, Beyonce came out and called you 32 bitches, said some shit about your mama or whoever you close to. And I can understand it's up at that point.
Yeah,
But Beyonce never spoke on it publicly.
yeah,
Maybe in a
she don't.
song or two, but never on an interview type setting.
Yeah,
She never really addressed you. So it was really never that beef to where you couldn't do certain things unless you really felt that way.
unfortunately,
Because Sierra never felt that way, at
See,
least not publicly.
yeah,
And if we talking about pop girls in our culture,
yeah.
Sierra and Beyonce is number one and number two when it comes to people's mothers and sangy type, dancey type girls from that era, culture wise.
We're gonna add
That's
Rihanna in there too, though.
who
We're gonna add Rihanna in there too. We're talking about the pop girls.
I said culture.
I say Rihanna.
I said culture.
Yeah, Rihanna.
I mean, I guess, but she's Caribbean. I was talking about Black Americans in specific. Well, we can add her there,
Yeah, let's just
but
add her in.
just make
Yeah,
sure.
let's just add her in.
I never listened to. I listened to Rihanna's singles.
It's
Work,
okay.
work,
It's
but
okay.
not her albums.
It's okay.
I
But
never
we
heard.
We're just gonna add her just cause, you know.
I guess.
Yeah, that's all.
But she was never meant. She was never known for her dancing.
Okay.
It was all her singing. Sierra, both, and kinda
okay.
maybe a slight edge for the choreography and what she did on screen.
And that's what it
and
was.
then it was like, and she has a beautiful voice, and she makes good music. Yes. Yes. And Beyonce is the other way around. The voice, the music, and the choreography and the visuals. Come on. But that was uncalled for with Carrie Houston. And
it was. The entire situation is just so silly and so stupid. And if I'm being honest, Carrie, you should have not even answered that question when it was asked. Esther Bean, you shouldn't have came on social media trying to pop big shit like you was Big Mama in the house when you're not.
Big Mama.
In a discussion, don't let it happen again. Okay. All right. In other news, Lauren Sanchez, Jeff Bezos' wife.
Never.
Isn't that his wife? Okay.
The new one.
Okay. Well, I don't know anything about Jeff Bezos.
That kind of look like Mia.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
We'll be joined by Katy Perry, Gayle King, Aisha Bowe, astronaut Amanda. I don't know how to say her last name, so forgive me because I don't want to butcher it. And film producer Carrie Ann Flynn.
Nugayan. Something. It's an African name.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nugayan.
We call her as Dr. Now.
Amanda. Okay. I guess they're going to do the Jeff Bezos spaceship, the Blue Origin.
That's lit. I want to do it.
It's okay.
I'll do
it. Have fun, ladies. Good luck. I hope nothing bad happens to you. I don't want to talk negative or bad about the situation. I just want to bring light to it. They're going to go up and they're supposed to come down. It's not supposed to be like some long trip or something like that.
You go up into outer space.
It's like you're in between the barriers of like space and like the craziness of it all. I guess
you go into the outer stratosphere.
Mm-hmm.
You hover around for a few hours and then you come down.
Mm-hmm.
But only a few humans that ever lived on this earth has done that.
Well, they say apparently it's been most people that have done that.
Yes, on the Blue Origin.
Oh yeah.
But when I say a few, is let's just say the Blue Origin in particular. Let's just say maybe 50 people. Maybe because I think it's only been like maybe 5 or 6 runs, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's like maybe 5 to 6 people per run, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So let's just say 50 to 60 people. 50 to 60 people out of a world of 8 billion people that have went up and did something is a very inclusive type of group.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to be a part of that. You wouldn't do it? You wouldn't do it? I mean, you only live once, Q. Why wouldn't you do it?
Let me tell you something.
If it's your time, it's going to be your time.
I'm not going to space.
Why?
Okay, because I'm not. You want the answer, that's the answer. There's nothing else I can give you. There's no more that I can say to convince you.
That should be a movie.
What I'm telling you is...
Gays in space.
Gays in space.
Like
it's actually fucking crazy, and I actually want to be casted in that for the movie purposes. I feel like I could bring a lot. So for any producers who want to create that, Gays in Space, starring Marquise Johnson, if you need a lead.
Bitch, you got to turn the warp drive off. My hair about...
We do need a character like that, actually. That's not going to be me. But no, I don't even want to go on cruise ships, y'all.
What?
Why? Listen,
you don't have to be out of control.
I have missed so many great experiences with family and friends, all because of my fear of doing. Mind you, I'll get on the plane, but out of the fear,
we see how they falling out the sky
which is why I have not flown recently. But y'all,
come on, Marquise. If Ariana Grande sent you a jet,
if Ariana Grande sent me a jet,
you'll get up there right now.
A jet to do what?
To go to
a jet is taking me to
to
her house.
to fly you from
That's not
Virginia
a jet.
to California to have lunch and to go shopping with her. You're going to get on that
Yeah,
plane.
I'm gonna get on that plane. I don't mind planes. That's not a spaceship. I don't have to get on the spaceship to go visit Ariana. I'm getting on a plane, something that I do.
Okay.
I
So,
said
but
that. I don't mind
what is your
planes.
fear on? You. It seems like you don't like to be out of control, especially not out of big control on a spaceship type of level or cruise ship type of level.
Okay, so if we in a car and something bad is happening, I can swerve that wheel if I'm in the passenger seat, right? If I'm not driving, I can swerve that wheel to get. If I'm being kidnapped, swerve the wheel, right?
Okay.
If I'm on a boat,
Okay.
right? Paddle, not the person that was driving the boat out, right? Right?
Okay.
Okay. If we're
Theoretically,
on
yeah.
a yacht, the captain or whoever driving the yacht, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I done pop you in the back of the head, lock you down in there. I'm jumping off the boat and getting on the safety boat and I'm heading out, right? I
Okay.
control that. I can't jump off a cruise ship and survive.
You can.
I can't.
You can.
I can't.
Can you swim?
I can. I guess I can.
Yeah. So you can.
I can't.
You can.
I can't jump out of a spaceship and
No.
survive.
No.
You know? So I can't control those things. I'm not putting myself in a position to not be able to control the
Have you ever
outcome of
been on
something
a
that happens to
train?
me. Yes, I've been on a train.
You can't control the train.
You
The
cannot
doors is
control
locked
the train.
to the
But
conductor.
I'm not scared of a train either.
So that means you wouldn't get on a bullet train like the ones that be in China
Absolutely not.
and that go
They
200
that's
miles
going
per
way too
hour.
fast. Have you seen the movie Bullet Train?
Yes, I love it.
I do too. That moves
I
way
love
too
it.
fast.
Really?
Yes, I'm not with it.
We have to get you on a cruise, Q.
You know, maybe.
You and my mother is the same type of way. My mother is such kind of a control freak to where she didn't even like driving on bridges because if something happened, it would be out of her control and she'd know she'd be going into the water.
You know, I actually got on it in an accident on the Monitor Merrimack.
Ooh,
It
I
was
know,
my
that's scary.
fault. And
Texas, trying to change to another Ari song, maybe.
Right. No, I was actually it was so stupid, guys.
Tell us.
I was young. I was in college. Okay,
Okay.
it was stupid. I was watching one of Kevin Hart's stand-up comedy things on my phone as it played like through the speaker of
Mm-hmm.
the car. I was in traffic. The light. I mean, we were going through the tunnel. The phone fell. I'm trying to pick the phone up as I'm driving. I hit the car. Oh no, I don't know. All I know was I hit someone. Someone hit me. I spun out of control. My car hit the wall of the bridge. And if you know the Mount Merrimack,
Oh,
you know it's water on both sides. So my car hit the wall of the bridge and like leaned, y'all. Like when I say I'm leaning like this toward like the wall of the bridge. It took me like 2 months to drive over that bridge. I didn't go across the James River Bridge either. I didn't go to this other. I didn't go to like Newport News, New Hampton for like 2 months.
damn!
Yeah.
You was that like
I was terrified.
traumatic.
I was like, I'm
Shit.
never driving over another fucking bridge again. Nah, it's
But
it's
you
good.
got over that.
Yeah,
But we got to get you on because the spaceship shit is cool though.
yeah. To you, there's nothing that can convince me to get on a spaceship. A cruise, you can convince me to get you. I'm sure you can convince me to get on a cruise. There's nothing to talk about. I might end a friendship if you pressure me too hard.
So, what would you do if one your group of friends drug you and say, "Oh, it's a perfect night out."
Call the police first.
They drug you. When you wake up, you are already strapped in the spaceship and it's about to take off. What would your reaction be? Because it's out of your control now to even stop it. So, are you one of them people that will put on a fake, "Oh, I'm cool. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. Oh, I'm really enjoying myself." And then when you get down and you know you safely back on Earth, on land, you just start fighting people?
We gonna be fighting in space.
With
Not trying to be funny.
the gravity.
No shade. No nothing. Y'all better keep me strapped in because I'm telling you the issues that are about to. In other news,
Okay.
because space ain't one of them.
Okay.
It will never be for me. And Ray, you ain't going to space either. I'm telling Damien.
I'm definitely going to space. I want to go. I want to try. I want to do a lot of shit. I don't want to do nothing is really off my bucket list to a certain degree
Bungee
besides
jumping. I would love
hard
that.
drugs.
I would love to bungee jump.
I don't need to do hard drugs once
Yeah.
to see if I like it or not.
Yeah.
But bungee jumping, yes. Skydiving,
I would
yes.
love
I
it.
want to do that.
Well, okay, I'm not going to sit here. I'm not 100% on the bungee jumping, but the skydiving, I do want to try it. I do.
So you will hop out
I
of a
do.
plane at 10, 15,
With the
20,000
parachute, with the person,
feet,
yes. With
but
the,
you
with
wouldn't
the guide
bungee
person,
jump
with
off
the
a
guy-
few hundred
Hell,
foot cliff.
what if my head hit something on the ground by accident, or
What if the parachute don't open?
I'm going to have an expert guy attached to me. It's going to
So
open.
both of y'all are gonna die.
No, it's going to open. It's going to open. I have
Because
faith
he
in
said it's gonna open.
Yeah. I have faith that it's going to I got faith that it's going to open. And that's just that's
Okay.
how I feel. All right, y'all. But, last thing that I wanted to discuss today. Donnie McClurkin, can you come forward?
Mm.
We're going to wait just a second, let him get his bearings together.
And while you coming forward, ushers, close the doors. Close the doors.
Close the doors.
Close the doors.
Yeah. So, Donnie, I get that you were never able to live in your truth the way that you wanted to. And I'm just going to jump right into it.
I love how you
I
set
get
this up.
that you weren't able to live in your truth the way that you wanted to as a young man. I get that you weren't able to cruise or,
Get strange dick anytime you want.
Honestly, let's just call it spade a spade. I'm
Yes.
just so lucky,
Yes.
that you weren't able to do these things. However,
because clearly you're a bottom.
don't get up here on stage, and I can't stand people like this, whether you're religious or whatever. I just can't stand people like this. You're on stage, you're preaching about how you've been delivered from homosexuality. Okay, let's keep the topic on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You
Not
talking
Katy
about
Perry. I
Katy
kissed the
Perry.
girl and I like
Katy
it.
Perry got them talking about she kissed a girl and she liked it, confusing the kids. First of all, that shit came out when I was in school. And the girls was already kissing girls. The boys was already kissing boys. Okay? Donnie, I really don't have much for you today. I just wish and I hope and pray that you are able to live in your truth, because were you delivered from homosexuality? Absolutely not. I don't care what anyone says. No, you weren't. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. You can believe it. Your congregation can believe it. Your fellow friends can. But you know what? Who don't? You know who don't believe it? Me, Ray, and Yolanda Adams. Okay? None of us believe it. Okay?
Why you throw Yolanda Adams in there?
Because she knows.
Because I definitely don't. But
Yolanda Adams knows.
But this
Okay.
goes to the point. Were you done? I'm sorry.
Yes, I was done. That was it.
So,
I don't have anything for him.
You're
tripping.
Do you? Because I always had this internal conversation with myself, and sometimes I ask people, and then other times I don't. What homosexuality? Do you think a man becomes gay when he thinks his thoughts are gay thoughts, like of him and another man doing sexual things? Does that make you gay or make you a homosexual? As
homosexual.
What's her name? Joe from Terry Joe from TikTok.
Why are you gay? I love that, man.
Having the thoughts is having sexual thoughts about another man. Does that make you homosexual? Does that make you gay? Or does the gayness and homosexual actually comes to light when you physically do something with a man? Like, say if you thought about it, but you never did something with a man, would you still Tank?
Are people born wicked, or do they have wickedness thrust upon them?
Tank? Remind you of Tank?
Glenda.
Tank?
Glenda. Ariana Grande from Wicked.
Oh, I thought you was.
It made me think of that question.
I thought you was referring to Tank when he went on the Breakfast Club and he said yes, he has had thoughts about sucking a man's penis.
that interview
But he
too.
said he never did it, but he had
Yeah.
thoughts about it.
I mean, I feel like it's not okay.
It's not natural, but continue.
You don't think it's natural for a human to have a homosexual thought?
No. Now,
I
when you
don't
say
get
a
that.
human, when you say a human,
I don't get
stop
that.
stop speaking generalities. Say a man, and I'm
A
gonna be
man.
clear.
I'll say
The
it. A man.
man that I look at as my father, Dwight, has never had a homosexual thought.
I don't
My
think my
oldest,
father has either.
okay, my oldest brother, my grandfather, I know them men to the death of me. They are heterosexual straight men.
Okay.
They have never had a homosexual
And I'm
thought.
not saying that. I'm not saying
So we
that
can't normalize it.
just because. I'm not saying just because you have the thought makes you gay.
Okay.
Okay, like you gotta. For me, you hear men defending their straightness all the time, whether it's simply complimenting their friend or dudes don't even do that for real outside of nigga, yeah, you put that shit on. That's how they
Yeah.
this pause and all that stuff. That's how
Mhm.
they. That's how they make it normal for them, right?
Mhm.
To take all that away and just give a straight up, like, oh yeah, like my man, you look really nice today. Guys don't say that to each other. Something as simple as "you look really nice today." They don't say that.
We do.
I don't hear it.
We do.
I don't hear it.
Because it's very quick and it's maybe not public, but
But that makes it seem so like
no, but when
shady.
if I saw one of my niggas and he had that shit on, I'm like, my nigga, you ain't had to come out here stunting on us like that. You ain't had to flex on. God damn, you got that shit on.
Shut up.
Like, thank you. Like,
Shut up.
no real
I would
shit.
have been like, you know what? Honestly, I would have just took. You look super good today. Like, I guess
See,
that's gay.
I was about to say that is homosexual.
You look really good
the
today.
nigga never text you back if you say some shit like that. He'll never text you back if you're a heterosexual man and you tell another heterosexual man you what?
You look super good today.
No. No. He can be like, all right, thanks, bro.
You look super
And he
good
gonna
today.
move
I
around
love
you.
it.
He
I
gonna
love
move
it.
around
I love
you.
it.
He gonna
I
move
love it. But
around
you know
you.
what? The one thing I will say about my straight male friends, especially from college, I'm super thankful for you guys. I am so appreciative of the way that you've handled our relationship, the way that you've handled me, cared for me, been a friend to me, understood me, not judged me. Before these guys got to know me, I'm quite sure their thoughts were all over the place. But a lot of these guys, once they got to meet me, they opened up so much and became a true friend, you know. And they don't get offended when I compliment them, because I do. I'm not the type to tell my male friends that they look good the way that Ray just did. Right? That's not me. I say, "Oh my God, you look so nice," or "Yeah, you look really good today." Like that's me. And they appreciate it, bro. And I've actually been told by a couple of my straight male friends that they appreciate when I compliment them because they know that me as a gay male is not going to lie to them, which I think is absolutely crazy because I have lied and told straight guys that they look good, but it was simply because I was simping over them back in the day. But yeah, straight
Now-
guys like when gay guys compliment them secretly. Remember that.
Now, please don't remember that. You're trying to
true.
get people hurt out here.
It's,
Because let me tell you
they
something.
have to be your friend.
Like-
It can't be a random person off the street.
Even your
if you have a close
friend,
relationship
if
with somebody,
if a
then saying
heterosexual
something like that should not bother them. And if it
if
does,
a
then that was
man
never your
if a
friend.
man say something like that, like I really enjoy gay men complimenting me, that means I have to put my good eye on them.
Why though?
It's
Why?
weird because why did you have to make it a point to just say I appreciate when gay men compliment me? It's like you're putting this shit on.
He said women will lie. He was like, women will tell you you look good just because they want you to buy them something. Like, gay nigga not gonna do that. And that's how it's pushed to me. Like, gay nigga not gonna do that. They're gonna be honest. They're gonna be like, bitch, you look a hot fucking mess, or bitch, you ugly. Like, they was like, gay guys don't have a problem telling people when they ugly.
Okay.
I'm just
And
saying.
this is my thing. And the reason why I say that is because me and you, and please don't act like you haven't had this experience, Q. But me and you have had experiences to where small slick comments like that 8 times out of 10 lead to something.
You're right.
You get my
But
so
not always.
not hetero. That's why I left the other 2 out
I
of
haven't
the 10.
slept or messed with any of my straight male friends.
Me either. Look, this is my thing. I'm bisexual. I love men. I love women.
I'm not.
I'm just very. Someone close to me said I was very greedy.
Mm.
Maybe it's my Leo, the sign. I don't know, but I
My
love
fiance was
men.
a
I love
Leo.
women, and I've have heterosexual male friends, and we don't. I don't cross the line.
Yeah.
I'm very cautious sometimes about what I say and how I say it, so I don't offend them.
Hmm.
And
I'm the same way.
but it's they know certain things that they say or certain things that may be said. One of my niggas from work, Duke, we'll be in a group setting, and some nigga say some weird shit that could be homosexual. Me and him will, and we'll chop it up later when everybody leave and it's just me and him. Like, yeah, that was some weird shit old boy said. And that's men, but that's what men do. And if you don't understand that, you'll be just walking around like, ah, and then it's like, yo, I don't know why he was looking at me like that. But yeah,
Well, I
I'm
don't know. I
my
just know I don't cross certain lines
yes,
with you straights
yes.
because Lord knows y'all can be crazy, But I've also never had to feel like I've had to do anything like that because I don't have an issue in that area.
And to Donnie McClurkin, and I,
Back to damn Donnie. You
and
hear,
I
Donnie?
and
Sit
I never
down.
understood it even with old boy years ago. I'm delivered, da 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 type shit. This is my thing.
The one that was on Bad Boys Club.
Yes,
Delivered.
and the reason why I
Not know his
know
name.
you can't. This is the thing. Like I said, I'm bisexual. I've known since I was maybe in the first or second grade that I liked it men and women. I mean, yeah, men and women, boys and girls. When I was a boy and girl,
Hmm. When I
um,
was a boy and
yeah,
girl.
I just had to make that specific. Yeah, I don't like kids at my big age.
Yeah, we
I
know what
just
he meant. Stop
yes.
playing with my friend.
So I was in elementary school, and I see this girl that have a fat ass. I'm like, I like that. And then I will see a guy that whatever, and I will say, I like that too. That interests
They
me
said,
too.
I like that.
Yes, that interests
Hmm,
me too.
I like that
So,
too. Hmm,
so
both of you have
I
nice
I
things
have
to.
prayed because I grew up heavily religious. Wednesday night Bible study for Sunday school plus two services. So and that was
Okay.
weekly. Usher, choir. So I grew up churchy as could be. And I tried to pray it away. And let me tell you something. Maybe you didn't act on it, but the thoughts were still there.
Okay.
The urges were still there.
Okay.
And that is not something. And and I would fight to the pits of heaven with this point.
Do heaven have a pit?
I was about to say the pits of hell, but
Oh.
well, yeah, I will fight to the gates or whatever we believe in. God won't deliver that from you because I made you how I wanted to make you.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is the thing with me. I can't believe that God is this omniscient person that
Mm-hmm.
knows beginning and end, that knows what we do even before we did it, that seen our life even before we was born in a blink of an eye, that if he was so against it, he wouldn't let us live. You cannot tell
Yeah.
me that.
So I'm one of those people, same, grew up the same way Ray did, always in church, a part of different ministries, left and right, heavily involved. Um,
Heavily involved.
and let me be very clear, very honest, very truthful, very transparent with you, the viewers.
It's a lot of gay
Um,
niggas in church. Or
I don't
maybe
believe any of it.
maybe you weren't gonna say that.
I don't believe any of the hoopla about gay being a sin. I don't. Sorry. No part of me. Because if that was the case, and God does know what He's doing before He does it, which is what you guys say, the Word says, and all those things,
Mm-hmm.
then He knew what He was doing. So did He make me to be a clown? No, He did not.
No.
Sorry, don't believe it, won't believe it, can't believe it. I was beautifully made and created the way that I am,
Yes.
and I have the friends and family who support me and love me, and show me that every day. I don't have a reason to feel anything about myself.
Come
And
on.
I hope that you all love yourselves enough to know that you don't have to bow down to those overly Christian, religious, righteous, holier than thou people because the way they're trying to push their agendas on you. They're pushing an agenda. You want to talk about an agenda? Let's talk about an agenda. That's the agenda. Okay?
Yes.
Pushing all this religion on people who are simply just saying, I want to live my life. Screw that. Okay? I'm doing me, baby.
And I'm gonna say this, not to harp on it, but I'm a to the heterosexual men out here. I want you to really think about what I'm saying, and to the heterosexual women as well. Really think about what I'm saying. Close your eyes, please. Do this exercise with me. Close your eyes and imagine somebody doing something, or you seeing images over and over and over again. As a man, as a heterosexual man, can someone make you gay? As a heterosexual woman, can someone make you want to lick pussy or want a woman to eat your pussy? No. So, do you understand how crazy it sounds
Mm-hmm.
when you say gay people are making these kids gay? Let me tell you something about it, particularly a man, because I'm a man. I grew up around men. You cannot make a man gay that's not already gay. Not whether you he's molested, not whether he's get shown other gay people on cartoons or on TV or
Mm-hmm.
on movies. If he's not gay, he's not going to be gay. So I hate that type of mentality or sentiment
Mm-hmm.
that people are saying,
Oh, he must have been molested. That's why he gay.
or you making people gay. Because there's people out here that's been molested, men out here. Antoine Fisher, which is a movie, but that's a real person played by Denzel Washington and I think Derek Luke or Luke Derrick, the black guy
Mm-hmm.
from Tyler Perry,
Yeah.
Medea Goes to Jail, that played the lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
He played an Antoine Fisher with Denzel
Yeah, that
Washington
was a good movie.
about
It's
a
a sad
black
movie.
sailor being molested by an older woman and how he lived through that trauma. But that didn't turn him gay. And we have more stories about women touching little boys, and those boys don't turn up to be gay.
People just say what they want to say. People make up whatever narrative they want to
Yes.
make up. It's just like I said, people have to have something to target, and unfortunately, the gay community is a big target.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
And I think it's
But I don't
now,
let it surprise me nor shock me because nothing is shocking.
and I think now is because people, homosexual people, gay people, have positions
Mm-hmm.
in media and in
Mm-hmm.
society. So
Mm-hmm.
now we
They
control
have very
whether
influential
our
positions.
stories is told or not,
Yep.
and we want to tell it.
Like we're
And
starting to be able to control the narrative more.
yes, and they're that's where their agenda comes from. When
Mm-hmm.
they say, "Oh, they're pushing the agenda just so we can be," we're trying to be seen, so we're pushing the agenda. And let me go. That goes back to the point I just made. We cannot make your kid gay if your kid ain't gay.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. Do you know how many, especially being a cheerleading coach at a high school, do you know how many students and kids I'm around? None of these kids are influenced by me being gay.
Come on, man.
Not one. These young football players, basketball players, these males come to me, they confide in me, they talk to me, they appreciate me, they show me love all the time. And I appreciate that because I know a lot of them wouldn't be able to grow up the way that I did if
Yes.
they were the way that I was. You get what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
And even with my cheerleaders, like I don't there's just no agenda. I show respect to everybody, and in return, I get that from the students to the parents to the faculty, and over.
Come on.
You know, it's about how you are as a person. And let me tell y'all something. You got some real weirdos out here who really out here trying to like groom your kids and do all these
Mm-hmm.
things, like the
Mm-hmm.
the 30-something-year-old dude that's dating that 17-year-old and got her pregnant, and they trying to make it some big
Oh
spectacle. You know what I'm
yes, the
talking
black
about?
couple. Yes, that was on
Yeah.
show me.
Now that's
Yes,
that's crazy.
and it be the people that you least suspect.
That's
You
crazy.
think it's the gay people that's around your kids trying to corrupt them, but it's the person that put on that good smile, Mr. Whatever, whatever, that you'll never expect. He be on some weird shit when he get along with your kids, but he the one. And that gay person that's around your kids will literally die to protect your
Mm-hmm.
kids.
Love your kids.
But you so warped mentally that you would think, oh, I can't have that person around him, but I can have my straight uncle when your straight uncle the whole time is the one that's touching your kids.
Drunk. Your drunk uncle. Your Uncle Bobby Earl.
But yeah, that's all I had
That
to say.
was all of Q's clues today, y'all. Thanks for watching.
This has been another episode. You got any more comments before we wrap
I
it up?
don't, y'all. Just
Closing
hey,
thoughts.
love you. Be authentically you, and don't change for nobody else. Because baby, we live for ourselves at the end of the day, and we got to do what's best for us, y'all.
Come on, and I fucks with that, and I agree. Be you. You only have one life. Let me tell you something. When I came out to my family and I let them know about the other part of my life and brought them on the hey, I like men too. It would. I told my mother it would have hurt if you didn't accept me, but I would have cried and moved on
Mm-hmm.
because I live my life for me
Mm-hmm.
and my happiness. I care about my happiness more than somebody else's.
Yeah.
And if that is make me a bad person or make me selfish, then oh fucking will.
I gotta put me first.
Yes.
I gotta put me first.
And let me tell you something. Keys, go with your socials and I end it with this. Go with your
All right, y'all. Remember, y'all can follow me on social media platforms, Instagram and TikTok at SneakyQ. Instagram _SneakyQ_. TikTok at SneakyQ_. Either way, you're going to type in SneakyQ, it's going to be me. You're going to see it, okay? I'm there.
Shout out to Sneaky Q again. Dope pod. I know when we run this back, it's going to be an amazing type of content.
Mm-hmm. And I was in that mic right there too, just so you know, like I had it all the way up. So I'm gonna be loud. Y'all be loud. I'll be in the mic. My bad.
He just he naturally projects his voice. So we working with him. We working with him. Shout out to media links is Vaughan__. That's on IG. That's on TikTok. That's on Twitter. Vaughan with 2 underscores. And we gonna end this with this. You think you see gay people or gay men in particular out here now? If we would had the ability to be on some Jean Grey, Dr. Xavier type shit where we can read people's minds, your mind will explode on how many men are walking around here that like men and women, but they only show you that side of women.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of undercover liars.
Yeah, what was that? Undercover lovers? I think that was
Undercover Brothers, the movie.
Undercover Lovers. It was a song back in the day. I don't know. Thank you guys coming in, sitting down for another Vaughan show and with Sneaky Q and Q's clues.
We're gonna workshop it, y'all. We're gonna workshop it.
Hey, it's been one. Thank you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see y'all later.